So my name's Greg. This is my brother Stuart. We're from Tower Heating, central heating company based in Formby, but we cover the whole of the Sefton area, especially Ainsdale, Birkdale and Southport.
Yeah, so the business was started by our dad in 1990, and he worked at British Gas with a good friend of his from school, and they decided after a few years of gaining experience that they'd like to go and set up on their own. So yeah, they took the plunge and bought a couple of vans, and started out on their own.
It's an interesting story about the name Tower Heating. So Dad Neil, there's Neil Tomlinson, started the business with his mate from school, Steve Power. So the tower comes from Tomlinson and Power, which we've had customers for many years who don't realise that. So it's a key little snippet of information for you.
So the business evolved based on them trying to provide the best possible service at a fair price, and they did really well with that. And then when me and Greg got involved in 2014, it's been 10 years now, we sort of digitalised everything. So we went from having a paper diary to electronic diary. It meant we were able to increase the size of the company, the number of engineers, the number of customers we could take on, but also keep that level of service high by having records in place. So when we go to service a customer's boiler or repair a customer's boiler, we can see when it was serviced, what's been done to it in the past, and that sort of thing. So
when I first started in 2008, working for my dad at the time, we did have a computer in the office, but it was only turned on 2 mornings a week, just to check in case we received an email that week. Obviously, things have moved on a lot in the last 16 years or so.
Yeah, and I think the phone was only answered then in the mornings, but now we've obviously got a showroom with a team there that answer the phones till 5 o'clock, and then we've also got an emergency line open till 8 o'clock. Yeah, we've had a few vans on the road, but I think we sort of doubled the size of the fleet once we got involved, and once we started answering the phone in the afternoon, it led to more work. We were able to take on more engineers and increase the size of the fleet. So I think we went from about 5 vans then,
I think so, yeah,
to 10 vans now. So that's where we're up to.
Yeah, so working as a family might not always be easy and not attractive to a lot of people. Stuart and I were not too dissimilar ages, so I think we had a lot of our disputes when we were younger. So there's 18 months between us, but we get on quite well. If we do have the odd falling out, it's normally resolved pretty quickly. I'm a little bit more stubborn than Stu, so Stu normally...
I don't know about that.
Stuart normally lets me get my own way. But in all seriousness, we have a discussion about any disputes that we might have, and then we seem to come to a middle ground, really.
Yeah, it could get heated, but it's forgotten about the next day. But I think overall, working with my dad and my brother for such a long period of time, overall is a blessing. I'm going to look back on it in the future and say, that was absolutely brilliant. And not many people get that opportunity, and if they did, it potentially, you hear stories where it doesn't go that well, but we're determined for that not to happen. And it's been 10 years plus already, so that's right. So our team is, we always say it's our most important asset, because although me and Greg meet customers on a daily basis, our team are really the face of the company. So over the years, we're very selective about who we bring into the team. They've really got to fit, and we've got to be sure that they're going to provide excellent customer service, because that's what the foundation of the company is built on. So we have got a great team. We've got 4 in the office who are absolutely brilliant, and they're good friends now, and they, you overhear them on the phones, and they're saying the right things. They're absolutely providing as good or better service than we could do. Our engineers are brilliant with customers and also at training our apprentices. So we have 6 engineers, and we've got 2 apprentices, soon to take on another apprentice. So that's one thing that we're really proud of, is being able to take on and train up local youngsters and see them grow.
We work very closely with Southport College as well. So normally every year, or certainly every other year, we'll take on an apprentice. The local college, help us to find those young people, and they really are the foundation of our business, really. we recently won an award at Southport College as well, which was for the Employer of the Year for their apprentices scheme
In the construction sector.
in the construction, yeah. Which we're very proud of. Proud to support the local college, and they help us with the training of our staff as well. No matter what industry you buy from, or you buy from people rather than a business. As we've been established so long, we've built relationships long term with our customers, and thankfully they come back year after year. There's lots of amazing engineers around, especially in this area as well. We like to think we offer something slightly different, that you can get hold of us 8 till 8, 365 days a year. We've got a manned office, we've got plenty of engineers, so we're really small enough to care but large enough to cope.
So why are we proud of being a Southport business? So we both grew up in Ainsdale, and the business started in Ainsdale, and we've since moved to Formby, but we cover the whole Southport area. So we are Southport. We were Southport guys. We went to Ainsdale High School, and then we went on to KGV, and we've got a strong affiliation with the college.
We employ local people as well, so Southport is quite a tight-knit community. We've had horrendous tragedy recently, and you can see how the community's pulled together. We like to employ local people who know the area. They know what each other are going through. Our office team are fantastic at communicating with our customers when they call us as well. So we know the area well.
So our main tagline that we use on our logos and things like that is your local Worcester Bosch accredited partner, and that is because we primarily supply Worcester Bosch boilers, and we are the experts in the area on Worcester Bosch boilers. We're the only partner in the area, which means we're of a size that and we're trained to a level that they can give us that status of partner. Our other tagline is small enough to care, big enough to cope, which I think is a short way of it just explaining that we feel that, or we've tried to hit that sweet spot between being a big company that can cope, but where when you call up, you're not a number, you are a local valued customer. And there are some brilliant smaller companies out there, but they're just not quite able to do, or we feel they're not quite able to do what we can do, which is be there 365 days a year, accessible on the phone, all the record keeping and the systems to provide that super high level of service. So there are two taglines.
So we've both been in the business over 10 years now. We've both been directors for 10 years.
And we've learnt a lot.
We have learnt a lot, but to be honest, even though we started at slightly different times, working for Dad at the time, we've both helped since we were in school. So school holidays would help out. Things have developed with technology a lot over the last 10, 15, 20 years, and I don't see that slowing down. So we just invested quite heavily in a new website, which is just launched. We're also now offering care plans so that customers can feel they're supported on an ongoing basis, and they've always got us to rely on. We're looking to the future. We're going to, as technology's changed, so there's a lot in the press over the past few years about heat pumps, and we're also about to start offering air conditioning units, which will do both cooling in our warm summer months, but also heating, the very efficient heat source. So there's a few things we've got lined up for the next few years, but ultimately we're always going to need heat. We might need more cooling as the world changes, so we want to be able to offer that to our customers.
And then the other thing is to keep training up local youngsters, and eventually potentially have more engineers offering more services, so boilers, heat pumps, air conditioning units, but all at that high level of quality. So the best way to get in touch is always by phone, and our office team are friendly, and they can talk through exactly what's required and book in our diary. They'll know the best engineer to send for the particular issue that you're having. So that's the best way to get in touch. But otherwise, to check out our website, have a read through it. There's various ways to get in touch with us there. www.towerheating.com, and we've got a showroom in Formby, which is on Liverpool Road.